So it's a bird that looks like a dinosaur, lays eggs like a chicken, but gives red meat that tastes like a cow. Guys, this is wild. I am on this huge emu discovery kick right now, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm so excited about it and tell you why I think that everyone needs to know that this is even an option available. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video. If you haven't checked it out, it's just a really short video. It gives you a visual between an emu egg and a chicken egg. It's pretty cool to see the difference. However, I have a lot more information to share with you today. Troy and I, a couple of days ago, finally had this emu steak that we had bought the same time that we got the egg. And let me tell you, it tasted exactly like filet mignon. No kidding. If I was wealthy, I would pay anyone $1 million to tell the difference. If I was rich, right. If I was rich, Abby's helping me. If I was rich, I would pay anyone easily $1 million to tell the difference between emu and beef. And I'm telling you, there is no one that would be able to do it. The taste, the texture was exactly like filet mignon. It was delicious. The tougher cuts of meat, they tend to use more for, just like beef, they would use more for fajitas or ground meat you can make into tacos, which we have that to do probably next week in a meal. However, this steak, it was the emu fan steak, was amazing. I just picked up another one. So why am I so excited about this? I'm gonna tell you a list of reasons. Let's take the emu egg. Emus lay 1 egg every 3 days. They're about 1 pound each, and they're equivalent to about 10 chicken eggs. 1 egg will do an entire frittata for your family, which is pretty cool. Emus lay during the winter, which is typically the time that chickens decrease their laying or stop it altogether. So it's a really great option for someone who wants fresh eggs all year round. Emu eggs have less of the bad cholesterol, more of the good cholesterol than regular eggs. And emu eggs have more selenium, magnesium, iodine, and iron than a regular typical chicken egg. Emu eggs offer a little bit less zinc, manganese, B1, B2, B5, as well as vitamin A than a regular chicken egg, not B3. Abby's trying to help you out here. So they do have a little bit less in certain areas, a little bit more in other areas nutritionally. I think it's a great option to have both, and you get the best of both worlds. So now let's talk about emu meat versus beef. Taste and texture is the same. Each adult emu can give you about 20 to 30 pounds of meat, and it's a lean meat. Even the American Heart Association has it on its recommended list of healthy options for your protein. It's low in cholesterol. It even contains higher amounts of vitamin C, E, iron, and protein than beef does. Add in the whole push to go green right now, whether you're for it or against it. The cattle industry has been under attack, and doesn't look like it has a very good future, which only means that the cost of it is going to go higher and higher for the consumer. So as a consumer, this is a great option, not only for health, for cost, possibly availability. It's also great to support your local farm. So finding out where you might be able to get it would be a great option as well if you're supporting local. But I also want to talk to everyone who has a small farm or homestead or homesteading dream, that this is a realistic option for many of us. Instead of having to go with a beef cattle. Troy wants beef cattle. He has always wanted beef cattle, and maybe someday.
Goats.
I want goats. Yes, Abby's helping me. I want goats. So we have already talked about what we're gonna get in Vermont. So here in Connecticut, we have chickens, we have rabbits, and that's pretty much as far as we can go as livestock on our property here in Connecticut. Up in Vermont, we're planning definitely on goats and pigs. Troy really wants beef cattle. As far as a cow, maybe I would go with a dairy cow miniature. I just am too intimidated by them. However, now emu is a no-brainer for us, that we are definitely getting them once we're in Vermont. They are cheaper and more feasible to raise than beef cattle. It's a healthier option, like we said, and you can use more parts of them. So besides the egg and the meat, let's talk about emu oil. You probably have seen ads on the television. You might have seen products on the shelf of CVS or Walmart. You might have even tried it yourself. Emu oil. That's basically just rendered down emu fat. So this is another part of the animal that we can use, and we're all about using as much. If we're going to take a life of an animal, we're going to use as much of it as possible. This video is obviously not for vegans or vegetarians. Sorry, guys. We'll welcome you for the next video. Emu oil is advertised mostly for joint and muscles, for skin repair. It's loaded with antioxidants. It's anti-inflammatory. There are a ton of benefits that requires a whole other video. Emu skin could be turned into leather, and their feathers could be used for making fishing tackle as well as feather dusters for cleaning. We have probably all used emu feather dusters at some point without even realizing that that's what we were using. It's very gentle for delicate surfaces. So even some car enthusiasts will look for emu feathers for their dusters for their cars. Fun fact. Anyway, there's also a slew of uses for arts and crafts, including floral arrangements that we see and we don't even realize that that's what is being used. I think that's all pretty cool, and I hope you do as well. If you have experience with raising emus, I would love to hear from you. I would love to get all of the cons. So I listed a bunch of pros, and I would love to hear a bunch of cons. I know that they are a bigger animal, so you have to learn how to care for them, and that they can, you want to say hi? Hi. So they are a bigger animal, and you have to learn how to care for them, and you wouldn't want an aggressive one because it can probably maul you really bad. They kind of freak me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. However, I've had a rooster, really bad rooster, really mean guy. We called him Rocky because he was like Rocky Balboa. But anyway, I had a rooster that was very aggressive, that chased me across 3 yards, over 3 fences. And, I was praying as I was running away from him that I wouldn't fall because I knew that he would probably eat me. So I think with any animal, you have to be careful. Whether it's smaller or bigger, you have to know how to care for it. And that is part of the fun of this journey, right? But if there's any other cons, let me know. I would love to hear, because we are planning on getting, what are we planning on getting? What animal are we planning on getting? Goats, but what was Mom just talking about?
Emu!
Emu! See you next time.
Bye!
Bye!
I'm gonna sing it like the vlog.
Ready? Go ahead, go.